News, a self-proclaimed religious leader living in Durham, arrested by federal agents, charged in a federal case. He's accused of scamming followers out of millions of dollars, trying to make himself rich.
Tom George joins us live now at that church facility on South Miami Boulevard that was raided by the FBI this morning. What else are you learning, Tom?
Guy sounds like
very
What's going on? It's your boy Veli the Great, back at it again with another video. All right, y'all. This one right here is a wild one. So I'm pretty sure you guys just heard about the FBI raid on the church leaders David Taylor and Michelle Brannon. So this, like, the details on this story right here off the rip sound like something right out of a movie. So pretty much, man, it's a whole bunch of mansions and millions of dollars, and I'm telling you, this shit go way beyond preaching. This situation right here, like, and this is my honest opinion, it makes Diddy's situation look like jaywalking. Based on what these two have been doing, yeah, Diddy's little situation, man, that's a misdemeanor compared to this shit. But man, listen, man, I'm not judging or anything, but when it comes to FBI raiding multiple states, oh yeah, it's something serious. It ain't no this this is not some little slap on the wrist situation. If they going to hit multiple states, multiple locations, it's something real serious going on. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and deep dive into this video, and shit, I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on this one.
Bizarre and disturbing set of events that led the FBI here for that raid. You see the sign right here welcoming people to this church right where we are right now. That is where FBI agents were set up earlier. We saw them taking box after box and some electronics out of this facility right here, and that all comes after that pastor, David Taylor, was arrested right here. On his website, David Taylor from the Kingdom of God Global Church claims to have seen God face to face. His website selling books, claiming he's an apostle and Jesus' best friend. But according to a federal indictment, behind closed doors, Taylor, along with another church leader, Michelle Brannon, were part of a dark scheme, allegedly forcing followers to work a call center, sometimes with long hours and no pay, and controlled every aspect of their lives.
You know it's real out here when you got people using Jesus and God to finesse the people. And this thing is nothing new, because at the end of the day, there's nothing new under the sun. But for people to go this far just to live a luxury lifestyle, and then on top of that, you're going ahead and having sexual relations with the young girls that are working for you, and then you're telling them to take Plan Bs and things of that nature. Well, this is demonic. These people here, bro, when I say evil is not even enough for them. Man, I feel like they beyond the devil when it comes to shit like this. You're overworking people, you're sleeping with the girls, you're cutting off the you're cutting the food supply short based on people's performances. You're having people work long hours and then you're not paying them for the day. Like, shit is crazy. Yeah, bro. Like, people, it was an outrage for Diddy when he was doing what he was doing with his freak offs. But this guy, man, he takes the cake, bro. He goes way beyond what Diddy did. This is Diddy 10 times over. This guy's having freak offs and he's having people work their ass off for him and he's not paying them. Shit is ridiculous.
Federal prosecutors claim all of it was to raise millions of dollars for a lavish lifestyle, buying luxury cars like Bentleys and a Rolls Royce, jet skis, and 10,000.
This man, so I can't say it's just David Taylor himself, because Michelle Brannon was in on it too, but they spent money on cars, boats, jet skis. What really took the cake for me was the crab legs. $10,000 worth of crab legs. They on some nigga shit. And that preacher, so-called apostle, ain't nothing but a pimp. And then the Michelle Brannon, the executive director, ain't nothing but his bottom bitch. And then another thing to top it off is they spent over $100,000 on bulletproof automotives. Yo, bro, you're a preacher, bro. What the hell you need a bulletproof car for? What you got going on? What you got beef with some niggas in the streets? You a preacher. See, that right there in itself should have been red flags. The fuck you got a bulletproof car for? All of y'all got bulletproof cars, and it's over 100,000. That right there in itself, like, come on, bro. You ain't a street nigga. You in there, you preaching the word. You're in a church. But being that you had to get that, it means that he's probably worried about the get back from people that he was doing wrong, and he may have had some dealings with some people in the streets. This story, the more and more details come out about this story, it gets worse.
$1,000 worth of crab legs. We spoke with a neighbor who says she always had an
Crab
uneasy
legs.
feeling seeing people going in and out of the property, and her gut said something was off.
I was scared actually. When I told my sister, we were like, see, I knew it. He had done something. Like, oh my God, we were like, oh, I knew something, because all those black trash bags going in and out, all that food really has something to do with something he was doing. So I guess all my suspicions were through.
Now, according to investigators, they believe this had been going on for at least 7 years, since
7?
2018. Again, Taylor now facing several
Unbelievable.
federal charges in that indictment. If convicted on all of those counts, he could be facing at least 60 years in prison. We're live in Durham. Tom George, ABC 11, Eyewitness News.
Yeah, federal prosecutors laying out a pretty elaborate case here, a long investigation, and some wild allegations there in the federal documents. Tom George, thanks.
So what they're charging these two people with is forced labor, conspiracy, money laundering, human trafficking, which each of these charges carry up to 20 years. But they said that this has been going on for 7 years. And prior to this starting up in 2018, David Taylor had gotten in trouble for the same exact thing in 2014. I mean, when they interrogated him and everything, he pretty much said the same thing. And I don't think they were taking it seriously at the time, but he was doing the same thing then, and he came back and did the same thing now. Now, he even had what do they call them? Armor bearers. Had these people working at call centers for countless hours, not getting paid, threatening them of cutting down their food supply. They had to go through sleep deprivation. Even with certain girls that he dealt with personally, he would tell them to bring Plan Bs or anything to any kind of type of birth control. Like, this situation is crazy. And then for the little girl at the end that was saying that she knew that something was going on, they seen traffic coming in and out. Like, if you felt something was wrong from the jump, you guys should have called the cops. Like, the neighborhoods that I've lived in, if there was something going wrong, or if they seen too much traffic, immediately the neighbors are calling the cops. So I'm confused as to how you guys seen traffic coming in and out for a certain amount of time. It raised some red flags, but you guys decided not to do anything about it, to the point that this thing lasted 7 years. This man, like, situations like these, when you hear a pastor, preacher, whatever you want to call them, say that, this is a red flag for me. When they say, oh, I know God, I met God, and I'm a friend of Jesus, I'm like, come on, bro. That's a pimp shit, bro. When they start talking and saying things like that, he's on that pimp stuff. He's pimping. And pretty much so with this whole situation, they were able to funnel $50 million. So and the $50 million, I don't think they used all of it or whatever, but some of it went towards luxury mansions, boats, probably trips. And then to top it off, they spent $10,000 in seafood it's like $10 worth of seafood. 10,000, bro. You gotta understand how much $10,000 worth of seafood is. I mean, I understand it's like over the years, but $10,000 on seafood, that is crazy. That right there. Come on, man. But just to force these people and then to threaten them with things like, oh, God's gonna place a certain kind of judgment on you if you don't do this, if you don't do that. Like, that's just fucking crazy to me. I mean, with my thinking, I wouldn't believe it. And like from the first signs of seeing things that like was a red flag to me, I'll be out of there. And it's just like for the people, because most of the people that came to that church and to serve that church were people, I feel like people that were in need, probably people that were homeless, probably had some mental issues, and then they confided in this guy. They came to work for this guy thinking that he was someone that was gonna save them from whatever they were going through. Turns out this guy turned them people into slaves. Having days where you're working and he's not paying you. You working 20-hour days and he's not paying you, bro. The jobs I've been to, man, I'd seen people work an hour, 2 hours. If they felt unappreciated, they out of there. They ain't wasting no time. But for these people to be there for years, taking abuse, whether it be verbal, I don't think it was on physical, because if it was physical, it would have been a wrap. But it may have been. But verbal abuse and constantly taking that kind of stuff day in and day out, and come on, man. 7 years. 7. And then, like I said, prior to that, he was involved in this shit before. He was arrested for this before, 4 years prior to starting it back up again. For me, I'm like, if I knew this guy is known to do these things and he was charged for these things, usually when you get out, you're still on papers. You're still going to be under surveillance based on the activity that you were involved in. So for him to get out and be able to do this thing for 7 more years, man, I feel like the justice system failed American citizens, especially in Michigan, North Carolina, Florida, Texas, where they were doing these things. I feel like they failed those people because you knew this guy was doing this stuff before, and you guys let him go on for 7 years, and then he had a bunch of traffic. This shit looks so suspicious. How the fuck y'all ain't step in and see what was going on with all of this traffic? How? I don't understand that shit, bro. Because I've seen it so many times with drug dealers. The moment they get jammed the first time, they on your ass. Even if you go on a straight and narrow, after you get jammed, you get out of prison and you're going good, you're doing everything legit, you're making an honest living, they still on your ass. They still watching you. But how the hell is it not the same for this preacher right here? This guy's human trafficking, forced labor, money laundering, and you mean to tell me that you guys were not paying attention to this guy, and then the neighbors were seeing? If the neighbors are seeing this, how are you guys not seeing this stuff? And then for the neighbors, y'all full of shit too, because y'all should have called the cops. This is fucking crazy. But this is America, bro. It's America where you can't trust the teachers. You can't trust the employees in the judicial system. You can't trust your preachers. Man, even in some cases, you can't trust parents. You can't trust anything out here, bro. You can't trust anything because everybody's up to something. And I'm not saying the majority, like every single person is like that, but every single category of people, they trying to get over on somebody. They trying to hurt somebody. It's shit's sickening. And then people are mad at Trump for doing what he's trying to do in Chicago, where he's trying to clean up the city, trying to drive crime down to little to none. They mad at this guy for bringing in the National Guard to try to stop crime. While the whole time all of this crap was going on in Chicago, the city, the governor, they weren't doing anything. The mayor, they weren't doing shit. They weren't really doing anything. to really stop that. Yeah, they said crime's been down, it dropped down from like it's dropped down to 5.1% less, but how many years has this been going on and it's only been 5.1%? Anyway, man, this is this shit is sad, bro. It's sad. It's sad as shit. And the people, people are so corrupted out here that whenever it is someone coming in to help, they don't see it as help. And that's the fucked up part. That's that Stockholm syndrome. You want to cling on to the person that's hurting you when there's the person that's actually coming in to help. You deem him an enemy, and you deem the other person that's actually he's harming you, whether it's physical, verbally, psychologically, he's hurting you. But you're over here trying to protect that, and it's a fucked up situation. But anyway, man, y'all go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section. Go ahead, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this video, man. I'm out.